What's up, y'all? You kicking it with the Junkyard Dog on junkyarddogs.com. My name is Tony, for those of you who don't know. So check it out. The last time he was on the show, I was messing with these superchargers, tacking together this intake plenum that I was putting together. So check it out. We got the measurements that I wanted. So what we're gonna do now is take the templates back. I downloaded this little program because I can't afford SolidWorks, and I got a few codes from some people to do the design or to draw it. They were just way too expensive. I mean, you know, I'm a backyard dude, man. I'm just keep it real, you know what I mean? So that's how we're gonna do it, all right? So I'm gonna take these superchargers back off, take the plenum off of the intake, then I can go on ahead and take the measurements. So what I'm gonna end up doing is making some adjustments. A lot of people suggested some really good suggestions to me about things that I should do. A couple people were saying don't use a distributor, you go with the distributorless system, since I'm already using the crank from an Explorer that had a distributorless system already. Some people are also saying that I should put the belts on a different drive than the rest of the system, because in case one of the superchargers fails or whatever the case, it snaps the belt, then it won't make me overheat or lose power or whatever. So, and then also too, I got some suggestions about how to mount them. You know, some dudes were suggesting I use some studs, and I appreciate all of the input, man. That's dope. I really like that. You know, it's like, instead of tearing a brother down, you know what I mean? You guys, you know, got on board and start to rock with me. I really like that, man. That's dope. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to taking these off. Another problem that I noticed with the setup here is that this base here is not going to be stable holding all that torque. When I gas it, it's going to want to yank to one side, and this current setup, it's going to crack the base for sure. It's not going to hold like this, at least not in my mind. So what I'm going to do is add 4 more bolts to the base. After I add 4 bolts to the base, I'm going to go ahead and make an extension off this back part here so that it could actually connect to the back of the cylinder head, so that it won't torque the entire motor. It'll hold, because the cylinder heads are held down by some pretty big studs, so we're not going to necessarily have that issue. Cylinder head. It's heavy. Oh yeah. All right, so here it is, man. We got the plenum back off of the motor. So here's the thing. The couple issues that I came up with on my own, and then a couple other people pointed out. Number one, this base here with the risers and everything, the problem is that there's a pocket right here that doesn't really give anywhere for the air to flow. So what I was thinking, instead of making it where it's 2 risers that I welded in and one on the front, I would make this base from this point up, this base here, a solid block of aluminum all the way across. It'll give it a better base for everything to be mounted on. Then the base here, instead of welding 2 plates together, I would make 1 big plate and drill the holes for the intake, the lower intake, in that plate, and weld it to the top of it. So it'll be nice and strong and more of a one piece rather than trying to weld them together, because then it gives an opportunity for it to crack. So I was thinking maybe a 1/2 inch piece or something. And the reason why I was thinking 1/2 inch is also that'll give a little bit of meat, or maybe even a little thicker, and then machine it down to 1/2 inch, but leave the edges here thick enough that I can install studs. Because one of the big issues is keeping these things flat on this surface here, okay? Another problem that I found with this was at the back's kind of heavy. Is at the back here, it doesn't hook up to anything. So I'm figuring when I really gas it, it's gonna go, you know, it's gonna do this. It's gonna wanna rock to the side. So with that in mind, I figured what the best thing for me to do would be to extend this out far enough so that it'll meet the back of the cylinder heads. So I didn't do any measurements for that yet. I'm gonna get some more steel and just kind of drill some holes in it, bolt it to the back of the cylinder head, put this back on, just to kind of see where that is, to finalize some of the measurements, see what, you know, how far I gotta come back out for it to meet there, because I want to have this being held by the back of the cylinder head so it doesn't rock. because the bolts at the bottom of this intake, it's not going to be enough to keep this thing flat with all that torque. It's going to leak because, you know, it's a lot of torque. You got two different sets of inertia on the top, meaning that they're spinning at a high speed, so they're going to want to walk all over the place, and 6 bolts inside here is not going to cut it. So as far as knowing how far those superchargers come out, I got a template that I did, that I showed you guys in another video, that I'm going to use and go off of these 2 holes. I'm going to use these 2 holes here, these drilled holes, as like a starting point or a marking point for the template. So let me show you what I mean by that. So here's the template right here. I really should make one out of paper. I don't really need one out of steel, but if I steel being more rigid, you know. So boom, and boom. There you have it, 2 holes. So with the 2 holes drilled like this, you're gonna see that where the box goes for me to cut it out. So I'm able to measure that distance going back from the front to where this box is. So this will allow me to get some general measurements for what I'm going to end up doing. I also have to accommodate for when I'm doing the measurements too, the thickness of the material. So if it's like 1/2 inch, I can't have this come out in the same distance, because then it'll go over like how it is now, or it won't made up right. It's just kind of funky. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can make this work right now, but it just take a whole bunch of filling and you know, it's just not accurate. You know what I mean? Because it's not CNC, it's just not accurate. It should come together like Legos. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so yeah, that's what we're working with. Just wanted to give you guys an update on it. I've not forgot about it, obviously. So I'm going to use the paper templates to start at least the measurements. So right now we're going to go head over to TG shop. TG is Mr. Tony G. He is our new sponsor, man. I wanted to introduce him to y'all, so let's head over to the shop. He's gonna do some GT40 heads for me that I picked up out of U-Pick Parts over on Alameda. So let's head out. Junkyard DOggin. Seems like every hot rodding shop that I go to, every real hot rodding shop I go to, they got Hot Wheels. It's almost like an ode to how they got started. It's funny that both me and Tony over here at TG are Cougar maniacs, and we collect Hot Wheels as well as real cars. That's where it starts. It all starts there. right, that's really bright right here. All right, so we made it. We're all the way out here in Bakersfield at the Shell gas station. Yes, these are the young men who are getting a T5 from the dog. You see, I told you I would deliver, man. I told you I would deliver. So check it out. And there's a T5. Yeah, it's ready to go. So yeah, man, we got it fresh to death. Some old, hard to find cores. Can you believe this? These things are so difficult to get down in LA now because they're always destroyed. Is that right? Yeah, and I got a special gift for you guys. All right, some EV6 injectors. All right, nice. Go ahead and take them, man.
Cool deal.
Yeah, man. Just make sure you test them before you put them in. Test them out. Make sure they're good. I mean, little Chuck here, he's the tester. That's what he does in the shop. All right, so there it is, man. We dropped off the T5 up here in Bakersfield. We're about to head back. I love customers like these, man. This is what I do this for. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the kind of cats I do this for, man. It just totally is a satisfying feeling to be able to deliver solid parts to people who are like in a problem or in a hard place, and they just want to race. You know what I'm saying? Father-son team out here doing the damn thing. I think it's dope. All right, so yeah, Chuck, let's get up out of here. All right, Junkyard DOggin. Woo!